First of all, I want to talk about the island of Raja Ampat. According to the islands on Raja Ampat, they survive for vast forests, rare plains, limestone outcroppings, and nesting beach for thousands of sea turtles. The Raja Ampat is actually consisting of four large islands of Veju, Batanta, Salawati, and Misol, plus hundreds of smaller islands area known as the Brookhead Functional Seascape, which also contains Cendrawasih, the largest marine national park in Indonesia. Raja Ampat Islands are the potential place to be the greatest tourism object relating their marine spots. Raja Ampat Islands, according to the various sources, is one of the 10 best waters for diving sites around the world. In fact, it may also be recognized as number one for the completeness of underwater flora and fauna at this time.
The natures of Raja Ampat. At some of the areas in Raja Ampat, there are some locations where we can find soft corals and sea vents dominated. Others are also about hard corals, seagrass beds, mangroves, shallow reefs, drop-offs, caves, black sand, wet sand, and thousands species of fishes. The high marine diversity in Raja Ampat is strongly influenced by its position between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Raja Ampat's coral diversity, resilience, and role as a source for larval dispersal make it a global priority for marine protection. Coral reef ecosystems are the potential for coastal and marine resources, which are prominent in the Raja Ampat archipelago, especially around the small group of islands. The archipelago is located in the Coral Triangle, which is the heart of diversity of coral reefs of the world, with all the associated biota within, such as various types of reef fish, mollusks, and crustaceans. There are about 540 species of hard coral, including 13 endemic species, about 75% of coral species in the world, and more than 1,070 species of reef fish and 60 species of crayfish. Moreover, there are 699 softbone species of animal and species of mollusk, which consists of 530 snails, 159 shellfish, 2 carpoda, 5 squid, and 3 chiton. Made Raja Ampat Archipelago a small island region with tremendous marine biodiversity and high productivity of fisheries of a high economic value.
Okay guys, now I want to explain about culture and art of Raja Ampat. Raja Ampat area is officially located in Papua Island, where there are numbers of unicorns lay within star from the natures to the ancient cultures and relics in relation to the history of the origins and existence of the Raja Ampat society. Among the society of Raja Ampat, there is traditional dance originating from a region that today is Kabar district, North Wagyu, which called as Pintaki dance. This dance started when a gentleman named Jabber Mary heard a group of people singing of Pintaki songs in the forest. The rhythmic voice is via shellfish and the church of a group of people. Mr. Jabber then continued its efforts to catch fish with root misbur, is a kind of poisonous plant roots. While enjoying the sounds, he heard and joined the dance to the rhythm until the foam out of the root bar, which used to poison fish in the Kalikui. Currently, the Kalikui has become a nickel mine operated by PT Karunia Alam Wagyu. Besides Pintaki dance, there is also war dance and song. This traditional dance and song is one of the traditional dance that are also popular in Raja Ampat. The dance and song is coming from the ancestor who came from Biak Island. Road dance and song was first presented by Besar Biak tribe as one of the dances in the traditional party to welcome kings or lords who visit the village in the Raja Ampat Island. As other areas in Indonesia, before Christianity entered to Raja Ampat, people at that era had its own way to bury their dead families. It happened in Wawiyai village and now becomes the village tour wherein discovered the Raja Ampat. In this area, Wawiyai, was found many objects that are considered sacred and historic, such as human bones, beds, tomb, keys, and other household utensils which are trusted by the community of Wawiyai village as bones of their ancestors. This heritage and also interesting to be explored in case of historical knowledge.
Raja Ampat Island have a very diverse topography with steep mountain shores and deserted white sand beaches. The visitors can also explore the land by walking along the sandy beach and or steep hills, or use a boat to move from one dive site to another. The visitors can also visit the gorgeous waterfalls, ancient burial sites, bat caves, and stunning waterways, breathtaking limestone landscape, and manta ray spotting and bird watching. The places where photographic communities took the memorable pictures, like sceneries and objects, to be shot on land, above water, and underwater. On the land, the survey found there are some lush forests, rare plants, limestone outcroppings, and nesting beaches for sea turtles. The most visiting islands that particularly visited are Waigeo, Batanta, Salawati, and Misol, plus hundreds of smaller islands area known as the Bird's Head Functional Seascape, which also contains Cendrawasih Bay, the largest marine national park in Indonesia.
And now I want to talk about the accommodation. For those who enjoy diving in Raja Ampat, do not worry about the hospitality to stay, because you can find convenient resorts at some places in Raja Ampat. Numbers of stays like Bed Bitim, Misol Eco Resort, and excellent bungalows and charming traditional huts at Kapik 3, Manswar Island, Papua Diving are available. Others choice available to you are inns in Saunek and Walipet, Batanta, and currently being developed by the local government, cottages in Waisai, Waiwo, and Yanwaunpor. There are also cottages and restaurants which do not only provide accommodation but also decent home-style meal with reasonable economic price. For many of these accommodation, it takes only a 5 to 15 minutes boat ride to the chosen dive or snorkel site where the visitors can indulge in the fantastic underwater biodiversity or hang out on the beach and enjoy the sea view and inspiring tropical sunset. Some of the accommodation also provide rental service on diving and snorkeling equipments. Currently, the Raja Ampat Tourism are also preparing 5 major tourism villages that will be introduced as part of its effort to preserve the nature and local cultural life, which also can be used as the choices of an island excursions for non-divers or in between the dive itself. Each tourism villages will be designed according to its unique and will be equipped by accommodation.
Alright, now I want to explain about the culinary of Raja Ampat.
The original people of West Papua worked usually as fishermen and traditional farmers. Most of them still lead the traditional life and eat traditional food, which is prepared in traditional way. The staple foods in Papua are rice, sagu, taro roots, and kaukau, which are generally prepared with seafood, chicken, pork, and large variety of grains. Coconut is used in cooking. For example, taro leaves cooked in coconut cream. Fish and other seafood supplement the diet and chickens are kept. A whole pig is roasted for traditional feast. The few dishes are such mumu, chicken barpen, and papeda. Mumu is a traditional dish, named after the oven where they cooked their dishes, combining pork, sweet potatoes, rice, and grains. It's cooked in the ground after hot rocks. Chicken barapen ala Walesi is one of the most famous Papuan foods. Walesi is a name of tribe in Wamena, Papua. They change pork with chicken because many Wamena people are Muslim. This food is very popular for coastal communities or low-lying area. To make this food is relatively easy, simply by pouring hot water into the sagu flour, stirring it repeatedly until thickened and has a glue-like appearance. Enjoying papeda with yellow spice or sour fish dishes or the other plus the hot chili will taste very good. There is also traditional drinks such as a seger. A kind of Milo is a local drink and alcohol that is processed from virgin coconut.
Okay guys, this is our explanation about Raja Ampat Island. Thank you so much if you're watching our videos. See you!